Ahoy there, YouTube! I'm back here today for another Kickstarter critique where I take a look at a different Kickstarter tabletop game project every weekday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Give my honest thoughts on how the project is being ran. And today, I am actually very excited checking out the 5th most popular project in all of games. That is The Sixth Realm, a heavy Euro game. So looking at the main image, it's zoomed so far out that I can't really make out anything, but I think that's kind of the point with a heavy Euro game. You're supposed to infer that all these different spots on the board are going to be a different mechanism that are all going to seamlessly weave with one another. You know, and that's what you want out of a heavy game most of the time. Ahoy there, Ricardo! So I'm not going to knock it for the main image. I also see there's an expansion box back there, and I guess that's a deluxeification box back there, so it looks like 3 boxes in total. Project we love, no one cares. 505 minutes, no one cares. I'm sure there's more information that could be here that's more helpful, in particular mentioning the fact that it's a solo game, because I'm going to guess it's a solo game. It's really hard to push a heavy Euro game unless it's got some solo aspect to it nowadays. The Sixth Realm is a strategic Euro game stuffed to the brim with combos, bonuses, engine building, and interaction. I want the player length, I want the time count, I want the age, but overall, it's a fine main image. I'm sure as we go through the project, there'll be more that'll be like, oh, this would probably fit there better. Translate page from German. What? As always for the video, I'm thinking 3 things. Do I want it? Can you do it? How much is it? And why isn't the microphone in front of my mouth? Let's go. North Macedonia, best of class. Meh, it's there because it's Richard. Whatever. Superfluous fluff. Even more superfluous fluff. So literally 3 straight things where it's just been like, hey, it's a great game. Cool. You got paid content creators to say it's a great game. Don't pat yourself on the back too hard. Tell me why they said it's a great game. And even if they're not paid, it's still nothing here is useful. I enjoy the heck out of this thing. Cool. Just whatever. Please, please have some more meat on the next quote. There's not gonna be. Oh, cool. We're done. Good. Thousands of years ago,
the 6 races lived in harmony. Then, endless wars stained the continent red with the blood of the...
Okay, so they went with the same artist who does the Shem Phillips games. That's good. That's a vibe you want to give off. Shem Phillips games, massively popular. So I do like the choice of art, and I think this is an art you want to showcase, which is not typically something I say. That being said, I hope they really don't pound their chest too hard about their theme and their art, and get me more into that gorgeous-looking board.
Guilty and innocent alike. One day, a curse fell on the peaceful lands. Poisonous fog rolled in from the north, and so the 6 races fled from the miasma, from the conflict, from their homeland.
Cool. Show me components.
And to learn nothing. The new continent was divided.
Learning nothing? That's how I feel.
And the war continued.
Okay, so I got a bunch of different factions. They're asymmetric. Cool. There's 40 seconds that you're never going to get back. Come on, let's go.
Peace returned to the 6 races. The curse was lifted, and the fog has dissipated. Now, Queen Tabitha needs your help to explore and settle the ancestral homeland of the 5 realms.
Please get to the components.
The 6th realm,
yes!
Players assume the role of explorers who have sailed to this new...
Alright, so we're getting some nice looking wooden pieces there. Okay, large board. Looks like it's all one piece. Maybe inlaid board, maybe? No, not quite. Ooh, nice.
Old continent. With the backing of the crown and help from the 6 guilds, you will compete to make a name for yourself in this strange new land.
So right now we're just kind of panning over the board to showcase everything, which is nice. Hopefully we go a little bit more in depth. Jacques Cousteau.
The game of the 6th realm takes place over 3 years. Each year, the Stone Council decides the order in which the 6 guilds are going to activate. You will then take actions based on the selected guild. Get resources from the merchants to keep your engine running smoothly. Construct a permanent settlement, laying foundations and building homes with the help of the builder.
Now we're talking. First 50 seconds, I did not give a single crap about this game, to be honest with you. It was just more superfluous fluff that could have been on any single Kickstarter out there, period. Yeah, I got paid content creators to say it's great, it's a heck of a game, blah, blah, blah. Nobody cares. Now we're actually getting into the meat and potatoes. Like, the actual stuff here. Like, whoa, this looks interesting. Like, this looks like cool. This is where I'm going to be setting up my settlement. There's going to be like a polyomino style thing, but underneath the polyominoes, there's going to be bonuses. And if you set your stuff up on that, like, this is the cool stuff. Caverna, oh, that's a good feel to get.
Explore ancient ruins with the adventurers.
Nice.
Diving deeper into the...
Okay, so all the different factions are going to have different ways that you're going to be essentially doing things on the board. So it doesn't sound like you are one of these factions, but you're going to be each competing or using these. This is exciting. This is the kind of stuff that I could have been excited for a minute and 30 seconds ago if you wouldn't have shown me, oh, it's orcs with fancy Shem Phillips style artwork.
Dungeon.
And I apologize for not knowing the name of the artist, but you get what I'm saying.
For greater rewards and precious artifacts. Establish outposts in forgotten cities.
Okay, now we got like a Ticket to Ride style, like oh, there's connections or something going on here, and when you put stuff down, you're getting bonuses. This is the meat and potatoes. This is the good stuff.
Rebuild bridges and discover old relics guided by the navigators. Ask the historians to translate scrolls and texts from an unearthed library containing a trove of ancient traditions. Use the scribe's ink to write all about your adventures and newfound knowledge. With time, you'll earn the Queen's favor and use it to influence her royal challenges. These challenges will ask you to accomplish certain feats in
Asymmetric semi-co-op. I don't think this is semi-co-op. I think they're, and if it is, then I'm really gonna slap them on the hand for not mentioning that so far. No, I think this is competitive, but you're all, it's like 5 different boards, essentially, it looks like, and you're gonna be each, you know, fighting for control area, like fighting for spaces on here. Like, oh, you took that space, now I can't.
In this new land, and bestow royal favor upon the...
What are those? Is that like a spinner? That's a unique component. Cool.
Those who rise to the challenge. As word of your deeds spread, your popularity will rise, and you will attract new envoys to aid you in your endeavors. So, explorer, are you ready to make a name for yourself in this strange new land?
Yeah, looks fun. I hope it's not trying to be too many things at once, Kevin said, because I kind of want it. I want it as well. Looks fun. Looks like one of those games that I really want someone else to teach me or there'd be a good how-to-play video on. But it's already raised $196,000. It is happening. Final Frontier Games is a game publishing company based in Skopje, Macedonia. Our goal is to bring friends and families close together in fun and engaging ways. Cool. So they got one person here in the customer service because the launch movement isn't going to help you with that. So we got Merchant's Cove, Bardwood Grove, Solani, The Girl Who Made the Stars, Monsters on Board. Let's make sure all these games are out. People got their stuff. Pretty sure Merchant's Cove is somewhat popular. I think I've seen that one a couple times. Want to add to the big box their pledge? Please drop us a mail at this and we will unlock your pledge. Cool. Is it possible? So cool. They got a pin thing up here. That's nice. They're using the pins. Count big box will sleeve for cards. I hope yes, there'll be enough place for that. An image of the insert. It took there 2 more spaces for cards. Not a fan of the game creators that started a new Kickstarter campaign and still deliver on a past creation that is 6 months past the original estimated date. Well, California Freddy, is this your first time around here? Because that's pretty par for the course. We appreciate your concerns, but never failed to deliver a game so far, nor we intend to do so. We are determined to finish this campaign successfully too, and we hope our backers will enjoy the end result. Yeah, I mean, if it's 1 or 2 or heck even sometimes 3, especially with some of these companies that have done so much. I mean, it's business as usual. Can you please open the pledge manager here for me too? I'd like to. So it looks like they're doing some good customer service here, being communicative. Bardwood Grove. Let's check out what we got going on here. Here's a link to the components for the Kickstarter exclusive pack. Cool. If only there was another place where that could be more useful, like the rule booklet. Received my game last week, or an extra piece of paper. Go back and played games with my wife. Great game so far with beautiful artwork and a lot of variety. Looking forward to opening the thing. So, got my pledge for what is needed to play the... So, they just got this one out. Okay, well, let's make sure this one's out. So, looks good. Looks fine on the can you do it. Yeah, so you can pin more than one. Interesting. We're sharing the links to the rule books for both games. So for the girl who made the stars rule at the beginning, there's a list of components, and the images of the components have letters adjacent. However, there isn't a legend key that explains what that is. For example, is the scoreboard. What's G? Okay. Cool. 2 months ago. So final... Ooh, high memory usage detected. Leave me alone. So, can you do it? Yes. Check mark on this one. Looks good. Do I want it? Yes. I am a sucker for heavy Euro games, though, so I do need to put my preconceived biases into here. The more chunky, the more meaty, the more confusing a game looks, generally the more I like it. I love when I feel like I have no idea what I'm doing in a game until about 75 to 80% of the way through that I'm like, oh, I've screwed up so much. Let's see how I can try and fix it, knowing I'm secretly just fighting for third place out of 4. Those are the kind of games that I absolutely adore. Conflict, especially if it's because the game's so interesting and not because the rule booklets are crap. Players assume the role of explorers who sailed the got it theme. Had enough. Depth and complexity of decisions, intricate mechanics, strategic decision-making, deep gameplay systems challenge players to think creatively and strategically through the entire process. That's fun. Robust solo mode experience. Well, you know what? How about you let me know it's a solo game right from the jump? On the marquee, I would imagine. If you're not going to focus on anything, if the whole play is that, hey, look at how freaking huge this, like, project we love. This is useless. This is garbage. No one cares. How about we put your actual player count here, and I know it's a solo game right from the jump. That I care about. I don't care that Kickstarter gave you some arbitrary award that they seemingly hand out pretty randomly, it feels like. Your turns can get so big and so satisfying, so good feeling. I was really impressed. Okay, so that's fun, knowing that you can have those massive turns where you do a whole bunch of really cool stuff and they feel like they crush. But that also makes me wonder what the downtime is between turns. And also, what is the player count? Have we had it yet? Artificial opponents. That replicates a 2-player game rather than beat your own score. Okay, cool. I hate beat your own score personally. I know it's some people's cup of tea, but for me, I kind of like, and I feel like most people would rather play up against an opponent than just beat your own score. Let me know what you think about that in the comments below if you're a solo gamer. Why back now? Kickstarter exclusive savings up to 25%, help make the game reality, help make the game better. So 1 6-realm double-sided board, 1 starting player token, 1 rule booklet, 4 player pieces. We got a whole bunch of components here. It'll be great here, just the price. Just hit me with it already. And I know this isn't the edition you want me to get. It's a standard edition. Even though it looks nice, it's going to be garbage. But if you're going to convince me to get the Kickstarter exclusive edition, I kind of want to know the price of the regular edition. Why do we feel the need to hide these? Why do we have to go through 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 other areas before you can just get down to the freaking price? So annoying. The deluxe edition contains everything for the standard edition plus exclusive plastic components, the 25 ink things, the 2 lock tokens, the 12 challenge tokens. They're fine, and honestly, especially with a game like this, I have no doubt in my mind that this is going to be the most popular pledge level, but I'm not like wowed by it. I enjoyed the heck out of this game. I enjoyed the nothing out of this quote. The 6th realm has more player interaction meets the eye. It may seem subtle at first, but there's more than I expected from a massive Euro. So he's saying that there's some player interaction. Not that there's a lot, just that there's more than you might think at first, which I wasn't worried about that. With everybody kind of playing on the same boards. It's interesting. And anytime it's a Jeremy quote, I'm in, but... So now we're going into theme more. Cool. Because that's way... You want that. Why would you want to know the price first? When the AI's priorities changing, it means that they might be doing something different than you expect them to do. It feels a lot like a human opponent. When the AI's priority is changing... Cool. So spotlighting the AI, the solo mode version of the game. Cool. This game really does a bunch of stuff I've not seen in any other Euro. Like what? Like what, Richard? And once again, I don't put this on Richard in any way, shape, or form. I put this on Final Frontier Games for leaving a quote like this and saying, like what? What is it doing different? That's what I want to know about this quote. Download the rule booklet, especially if I'm just flunked out $120 on this game, which presumably is going to be our price. Just a stab in the dark. Learn how to play, but asterisk on that is a long form one.
Welcome to the John Gets Games.
Big fan of John Gets Games, but he's not my cup of tea when it comes to how to play videos. I'm more of a Rodney guy. I like straight to the point kind of thing. But love the fact it's there. Excellent. These ones are a lot easier too. I mean, he does it a lot more difficult, but doing a straight how to play as opposed to a long form one, I think is a lot easier. As someone who's done both. The 6 Realms, Rondo's prototype thoughts. A game where you've got all these different systems that have their own unique feeling but interact and interlock with each other. It does that really, really well. Best of class. Boom! Boom! You remember that best of class quote we had earlier that I thought was absolute hot garbage? Dog water, heated up, over something, you know, I don't know. Let's try to lean into the whole going extreme there. I got nothing. It's a terrible quote. But once you add this to it, it makes it a so much better quote. It reminds me of Orleans, where they has all these different systems, and you want them to interlock together perfectly, seamlessly. And when you can do that, you got yourself a great Euro game. Or you could just put best of class. Which, whatever. I could go through 6 other Kickstarters right now and find 6 other quotes that are roughly that. Dice Tower preview. Building up your reputation, your ranking with the guild in order to get more and more action points for the game. It's just fantastic how that works. Meh. Like, meh. Hard meh. Whatever. The way you can kind of combo things and make things work with each other is just very... I'm done with these quotes. I feel like the quotes are pretty terrible. All right, so stretch goals. So it looks like we've hit some. And once again, why are the stretch goals for the pledges? Like, I honestly, now that we're funded, I don't mind this. I don't mind having stretch goals before the pledges because it's conceivably going to lower that price in my mind. You know, it was a $120 game, but now that we've added 6 stretch goals, oh, that $120 is a bit more of an easy price point to swallow. Custom shape and prints, magnets on the wheels of favor, that sounds cool. Print on the artifact bag, whatever. 6 traditions, heck yeah, don't know what this is, but I want them. 6 royal summons cards, fantastic. UV on boxes, so they're just doing the thing where there's going to be an expansion. Is the expansion something I have to pay for? Now you've put another question in my mind, a question that I don't like, because I already saw the deluxe edition. I saw the pledge that I wanted. You didn't tell me what the price was because you decided to be annoying and just, oh, we're going to make you go look for it. Boy, howdy, I love when I go into a store and I have to go look for the price. Said no one. 6 traditions. So this is great. Great stuff. Add more to the game. I'd put that up higher. So they had $25. Ugh. Why isn't this just a pledge level? Echoes of the Cavern. It's hard for me to get excited about this, honestly, when you add it like this. It's like, oh, cool, there's more stuff for you to buy. So I got the pledge levels. So $89, 109, once again, and 129. Oh, so it is a pledge level. Then why don't you have it up here with the what's in the box? This is going to be your most popular pledge level. You've ran enough Kickstarters that you know this is going to be your most popular pledge level, yet you still do stupid crap like this. Why? I was fine with an $89 price point. I was fine with a $20 jump up, and I'm now fine with another $20 jump up, but why put it all the way on the bottom? Why bury it below all this crap? And it's not crap necessarily, it's just there's more important things to focus on sometimes, and the price, when there's 200 plus games on Kickstarter, is a pretty important one. And I know I can just go over here, but if you're on iOS or if you're on mobile, which is a huge chunk of the people browsing on Kickstarter, that's an extra click they have to make that they don't want to make, especially if you have Mint Mobile, which Ryan Reynolds sucks. His cell phone company sucks. And I love Ryan Reynolds. I've loved Ryan Reynolds since Van Wilder back in the day. Okay, I'm a huge Ryan Reynolds fan, but his cell phone company sucks. Don't do it. Trust me. You'll see the ads and be like, oh, maybe that's good. No, it's not. Go with something else. We'll be charging shipping in the Pledge Manager after the campaign is closed. Shipping costs $20. So $20 standard. Okay. 25 deluxe, and then 30 for the everything. So now it's $159. Yikes. It's a heavy game, though. That just doesn't feel like a good price at all. And maybe it's just because you broke everything up. Like you felt the need to just put the prices and put the shipping and put the components in all these 3 different areas, which is just, I get the shipping. People like to hide it, especially when you have a shipping price, which doesn't feel great. But yeah, big fan of Seth as a designer. I'd put some more respect on his name, honestly. I feel like that was a little bit of a misplay as well, because I'm pretty sure he's got a game or 2 in the top 1,000, I think, quote. Crusaders, Kingdoms, They Will Be Done. Where's is it this one? Yeah, it's the expansion to it. Oh no, what is it? Thy will. It had a weird. Crusaders, Thy Will Be Done. Yes. Yeah, this is a 640 game of all time. You have a game designer potentially. 640, 814. Yeah, I would mention that he's the designer of other popular games. You know, 2 games in the top 1,000. That's at least mention Crusaders, Thy Will Be Done. Like, come on. I mean, I know you put his name on there, but honestly, I don't think Seth's name is big enough that you can just do that yet. There is space on the main image, bottom half. Yeah. I have no idea what the white box is in the whale tier. The white box is deluxeified components, plastic deluxeified components. Yeah, this whole story just terrible quotes. The organization sucks. Luckily, they have this, so you can't even complain that much because it's like, oh, they're gonna screw me around. I can just go straight to the pledge levels. Yeah, it doesn't feel great. All right, so let's check out the FAQ updates. Comments give this one a grade. Overall, it's a positive grade, though. Do I want it? Yes. Can you do it? Yes. How much is it? Yeah. I mean, you could go Kickstarter reasonable, but I'm just not feeling it. Yeah, I'm not feeling the Kickstarter reasonable. I feel like it's a step above Kickstarter reasonable, and I think it's all their fault based on how they organized, honestly. I just don't feel like I saw the value. It just feels thrown up on the page, just so random. BGG hotness. In fact, the 6-year-old has been climbing the hotness list on BGG the past 2 days. Speaking of stretch goals, the road ahead, cool. To everyone at Final Frontiers, just want to give a heartfelt thank for coming up with such awesome, well-designed, and deluxeified games. However game you come out with, I really love your magnetic solutions. Cool. Maybe I'm just not feeling the deluxeification of the game. Maybe that's it. Ooh, no, that's a good shot. Wow, that's a hot shot. Why isn't that shot near that stretch goal area down there? Like, I want that. Put that right up, with the stretch goals. Like, this is what we're going for. I want that. Ooh, that's hot. That makes me feel better about the price, too. Honestly, seeing that makes me feel better about the price. Would it be possible to update the graphics to include everything that has been unlocked through the stretch goals? I also cannot see the popularity tokens of the council tokens listed there. Thank you, Carl. Will do. Currently, they fall under 20 trackers. Yeah, this is just kind of Kickstarter standard stuff. Just stuff that a lot of other companies do that you should know you need to do, that when you don't do, make you look a little amateurish. I understand, so in that case, you might see a few more stretch goals to improve the rest of the trackers. Another stretch goal cleared. Magnets, here we come. Well, then here's the thing. Don't bury your stretch goals all the way down at the freaking bottom. They're not all the way at the bottom, excuse me, but they're way further down. They're closer to the bottom than they are to the top, despite the fact when you launch your Kickstarter, your goal is to get funded. And once you're funded, what's your goal? Your goal is to hit those oh-so-delicious stretch goals so the value of your game comes across better, because the value of your game, I don't feel like comes across great. And it should. Look at all these fancy plastic components and the this, that, the other thing. I don't know. It just rubbed me the wrong way. I don't get it. And I was excited about this. I am always excited when more heavy Euro games come out, because my buddy Lance always like to says the myth of the heavy Euro gamer. You know, people say they want these games, but they really don't do that well. And that's an argument to be had. I 100% agree. But when one does drop, I should be more excited about it. So what's the timeline on this thing? Have we even got there yet? Did we get it? Let's see if I can find it easily. Ugh. So what's the player count? What's the timeline? Because I know it goes solo. I remember that because you specifically mentioned there was a solo mode. But do we have a player count timeline, Thage? Like, seriously? What are you doing? I am looking. I actively am a concerned shopper right now trying to find out the player link, the time count, and the age of your game. And you are making it difficult to find because I don't know. I want to say something mean, so I'm not going to. But come on, get your head out of your butt here. It's literally on the side of every single box, pretty much. If you go look at all your games, 99% of them are probably going to have it on the side somewhere because of how important and crucial the information is. And you're just like, we'll let them infer. I'm assuming it's 1 to 4 players. I don't know, though. Maybe it's in the FAQ. Nope. What is the size of the game? Our game board measures this. What's... that's not helpful. Our game board, here's... can we get inches, too? Once again? Because once again, you know where the majority of people are from. It's from the United States. God, yeah. Just so much about this story. Just, ugh. It's a major table hog. Need to know how long it sets up. Yeah, that's a good one too. That's one sometimes companies will focus on because that's a great way to tout your storage solution. Say, oh, you know, we got a really nice storage solution. Yeah, just ugh. 1 to 4 players. It says what's in the box section. Oh, is it? 4 player boards. Okay, is that how I know? Yeah, this is an ugly story. I'm going to 2/3 point grade bump down for that story. That story is just a hot pile of garbage. And it's not that it's missing stuff necessarily. It's just the organization is so ugly. It's not a fun ride to go through. And I'm the target market, damn it. I love heavy Euro games. Like, I'm all about this. I have so many heavy Euro games that I play 3 times and never play again. But, man, I'm keeping them. They're from Macedonia. I'm too American to know where that is. Yeah, that excuse doesn't really fly with me when you've created 11. Like, first time, second time, third time, fourth time, fifth time, sixth time, maybe, 7th time, 8th time, 9th time, maybe, 10th time. But on that 11th time, I'm shutting it down. You should know you need to convert these things. Like, you should, like, final grade for this one. Do I want it? Yeah, I do. The video, once it got down to business, got me excited about the game. Once we stopped talking about, oh, here's goblins and orcs and the land was destroyed, blah, 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 that crap, whatever. You're a heavy Euro game. Really? Really? Are you going to focus that much on your theme? I get you want to focus on the artwork, but whatever. Adding this is just, yeah, like the pledge area was, ugh. Do I want it? Yes. Can you do it? But do I want it? I'm also going to, like, I got like a 1/3 of a point grade bump down, I think is fair. Because I honestly need to recognize my biases, and I think Seth Jaffe's a very talented game designer, and I love heavy Euro games. So I know I am biased and more pre-inclined to want this. Can you do it? Yeah, I'm not worried about that. How much is it? It doesn't feel good. Doesn't feel like a good price. And I know it's because it's a big, heavy Euro game. It's got tons of wood. It's got tons of plastic. It's probably going to cost a lot to ship, which is why maybe we could mention the weight here. Just another thing that a lot of companies do because it helps people swallow your price a little bit easier. Once again, you decide you're not going to do that because why would we want to do that? Why would we want to give people an idea of the size of the box? When you specifically go out of your way in your FAQ to show what is the size of the game, and then I click on this thinking it's actually going to have useful information, you're like, oh, it's got about this much table set up, you know, and well, the board is this much. But not, you know, not that half the people here aren't going to really know how much 900 millimeters are. So, you know, we're not going to convert that for you or anything. You can do it your own damn self. So 35 inches, that's a big chunk of board. So it's a 24 by 35. Okay. Then how much is it? Yeah, it doesn't feel great. So final grade for this one, I got a whole point grade bump down just from crud, like quotes and organization and ugh. So I guess we're at a B-. Yeah, I'm a B-. I'm a B- this one. Man, how do you not put the player link time count and age? It's just so, like, how do you not? I like how the story integrates into Heavy Euros as well once we got past the first 40 seconds of absolute nothingness. Like, oh, hey, you want to know why the board looks a certain way? No, not really. Cool. B or C? Yeah, that's about the range I'm in. Overall, the 6th Realm Heavy Euro game, I gotta say, I was excited to check this one out, and I don't always say that every day. I really don't. I'll try and be honest with you and let you know my excitement level coming into this, and they beat it down a little bit. They beat it down. I have no doubt in my mind that this still is going to be a great game, a very beloved game that fans of Eurogamers are probably going to absolutely adore. Ooh, a solo rule booklet. Only 5 pages. Interesting. Oh, man, look at that. Look at all those colored areas. Oh, the quick reference on the back. Oh, you make me fall in love again. 13 pages? What? Are you kidding me? 13 pages and the first 2 are Garbo? I mean, they're not helpful. Like, oh, here's full artwork and glossary. So it's only 11 pages? The first 3 pages are useless? How in the hell does this work? The first 4 pages are... No, this is a great component shot. Oh, I see. So how many pages is it actually? It's not actually 13. Right? Because these are like double... Yeah, so it's 24. So it's like a 20-page rule booklet? That's not bad at all. Look at that glossary on the back. Oh, man. Okay, final grade. Yeah, I don't think that changes anything, though. I think B- for me. Overall, I really was a little bit let down by this one. But it still looks like a fun game. I think the Kickstarters are better, though. Let me know in the comments below. What's your final grade? Wait, B- would imply I was giving an A- right from the jump. Yeah, I hate how they did that pledge. C+. I'm going C+. The 6th Realm Heavy Euro game. I feel like this project deserved better than this Kickstarter. But let me know in the comments below. What's your final grade for the 6th Realm Heavy Euro game? And as always, if you're enjoying the content, please be sure to click on that subscribe button down below. Have a good one. Bye-bye.